And we're back with episode 7 of BCCC Talks. I'm your host, Charlie Moore, and today we have Mr. Tony Moore in here, the data centers manager here at Beaufort. We will jump straight into the interview, but first, we're going to have our announcements for the week. Would you like to transfer to ECU? Well, you can meet with the ECU admissions counselor to get your questions answered about the school, a checklist of new steps, and even learn about the Pirate Promise and more. Come see us on Tuesday, November 16th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Transfer Center in the Elliott Building, room 113. Now back to the interview with Mr. Tony Moore, where we learn more about cybersecurity. I'm here with Mr. Tony Moore. How you doing today, Mr. Tony?
I'm fine, Charlie. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. So you're the data centers manager here at Beaufort.
That's correct.
What does a data centers manager see on a daily basis, and what's like the biggest things that you've dealt with so far?
So on a daily basis, besides taking care of all the servers on campus that are responsible for the email program, the servers responsible for the website, servers responsible for the phone system and the wireless, and also the various colleague systems we have on campus. I take care of all of that stuff in the background. Although my job does not have high visibility, I feel it's a very important role in keeping Beaufort County Community College operating.
Yeah, and they don't know that, but we've been trying to do this for about 2.5 hours, and I know you do a little bit of tech support too.
Oh yes, it's kind of jack of all trades with my job. Not only do I manage and take care of the data center, we also have student issues that we all have to help with and solve.
Yes, speaking of student issues and questions, I have questions about, our passwords, and I may have 2 or 3 different accounts I make every few months, and they always tell me to make different passwords, but I'm a simple kind of guy. So should I always change my passwords up, or?
So this is the deal with having the same password for multiple accounts. It is a good practice to change your password with every account. However, I'm sure, just like myself, I have certain accounts that I use the same password for. What I would say to that is don't use the same password on what I call critical accounts, like your online banking, stuff like that. But if you have several email accounts with, say Gmail or Yahoo, it's okay to use the same password.
Do you know anything about cookies? Like if you're surfing the web and you go on a website and they say you have to accept cookies?
So, yes. So what cookies are basically little, what they call, they're not trackers, but they are little, if you want to say placeholders when you go to certain websites. Mm-hmm. What cookies do, based on what website you go to, or it could even be online shopping, cookies basically store your preference information. While they are not a bad thing, it's sometimes good before you hit accept all cookies to maybe go in and see what information they're storing about you.
So with you being the data centers manager, you are in close contact with like the IT department and stuff like that?
Yes, I am part of the IT department in our network services group.
Okay. So like what are the different like branches of the IT department per se?
So IT here at Beaufort, we have 2, we're one department, but we have 2 branches, if you will. My job works closely with the network administrator and the systems administrator, and we are basically under the network services group. Then you have computer support services. They're responsible for software, loading programs on computers, installing software in the classrooms and things like that.
So that would be computer services.
Computer support services.
See, and I was going to ask you because I'm a video game player. I play, basketball games, football, Madden, I play Call of Duty in particular.
Okay, yeah, I like that too.
You do? So, if you play the recent one, you know about hackers.
Oh, yes.
And I was going to ask you, do you deal with hackers on your job or?
So we don't have a formal security department here at the college, but part of my collateral duty and things that I'm interested in is how to prevent us from getting hacked. What some people might not know is I am currently working on my bachelor's degree in cybersecurity.
Really?
Have 4 classes left before I graduate. And then hopefully I can devote some time to helping the security posture of the school network, keeping us safe from hackers and keeping us safe from ransomware attacks and things of that nature.
How long have you been working here at Beaufort?
So I've been here total of going on 13 years.
13?
Yes, I was part-time at first and then a full-time worker. But I've been associated with the college since 2009 when I got out of the military.
Really? And you were in the Navy, right?
Yes, sir. I was in the Navy for 20 years, working in IT in the Navy.
Oh, wow. That's an accomplished resume, you know what I'm saying?
It's okay.
Now, from my prior knowledge, not everybody on the podcast knows, but I know you're a Carolina Panthers fan.
That's correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
How are you feeling? Today is Monday the 27th, 26th. How are you feeling after that Giants game?
So, not feeling too particularly pleased with the team, but, I'm still a fan, so I got to stay with them, win or lose.
Most definitely. I knew I was going to, once I seen that they were losing like this yesterday, I said, I got to talk to Tony about this. But I want to know a little bit more about Tony. You say you were in the Navy for 20 years. And
yeah.
You've been out here. What else did you like? Did you have like hobbies and stuff coming up?
Oh, yeah. So I played baseball, basketball, tennis at an early age. I got into golf about 20 years ago.
Really?
And so, I like to play golf. And anybody that knows me know I have a Harley that I love
really?
to ride. So those are, and I love to cook. So
you love to cook?
Everybody that knows me knows that. So
that's good to know. So if you're cruising around the city, you might see Tony on his Harley one day. And if you riding around the neighborhood or two, you might see some cooking on the grill or something like that.
That's
from his house.
Feel free to stop by.
Oh man, I appreciate the invite. One more question: what is your favorite movie? I just have to ask. It seems like.
So this may surprise some people, but my all-time favorite movie, actually a series, is The Godfather.
The Godfather. Okay.
I love that movie. I mean, everybody thinks it's about gangsters and breaking the law, whatever, but it's really about family and the importance of family. So, but I like that. I would say that's one of my all-time favorite movie series.
Now, The Godfather, that's not Al Pacino, right?
No, that wasn't.
That's Scarface.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm vague, but I wasn't even born when those movies came out. But I'm trying to learn up on my history a little bit. So we'll be eating dinner after our Holly ride at Tony's house with The Godfather playing in the background.
Yeah, make sure you call first.
Make sure I call first. Well, Tony, I appreciate you letting me come through and do the interview. I thoroughly enjoyed it. We're going to enjoy our football season terribly together because our teams aren't that hot.
Well, hey, we have next Sunday to redeem ourselves.
Yes, sir. But the next time I have some IT questions or some cybersecurity questions, especially after you get the degree, I would be more than happy to come back and get those answers.
Feel free to come by. I'd love to host you or
yes, sir.
Be hosted again.
I appreciate it. I'm Charlie Moore with Mr. Tony Moore, and we out. And this concludes episode 7 of BCCC Talks. I want to give a shout out for Tony Moore for being a good guest, and we're on to the next one. I'm Charlie Moore, and I'm out.